Nowadays, non-financial information plays an increasingly significant role for risk management. However, when the investor uses existing platforms to assess corporate risk, they always fall to some difficulties, which are mainly divided into two types. The first problem is that it costs a huge amount of time to search for risk information and quantify them uniformly, since the risk information is always presented in a scattered, chaotic manner. The second one is that the risk assessment functions are not yet covered with non-financial information sources, especially from ESG information or carbon data, which are basically news and disclosure related to the environment, society, and the government aspect for companies. As we all know, China has determined to realize carbon neutrality in 2016. Nevertheless, such ESG or carbon information has still not been included for risk assessment by quantification or automation. So now, let's take a look at the solution from our Swiss fintech Loong.
To solve these problems, we developed Riscube. Riscube aggregates comprehensive risk information and provided a unified risk score for all kinds of investors. Firstly, our huge data engine collects and contains both financial information and ESG information, like carbon-related news and new policies. Secondly, Riscube is designed for both domestic and foreign investors, since we collect the information of global market and the companies all over the world. At the same time, since we quantify the various features into a unified risk score, both institutional investors and individual investors who do not know much about finance can have access to the reliable and integrated corporate risk profile in a comprehensive view. Thirdly, Riscube is specific. After comparing Riscube with two popular financial information platforms, we found that both Wind and Bloomberg lack ESG and carbon risk assessment, as well as intuitive numeric results. So, we are confident to develop Riscube to become a unicorn at the enterprise in the risk assessment field.
And now, you can just scan the QR code and start your amazing Riscube trip with us.
So here comes the Riscube web app. After login, immediately you will see an intuitive summary view of all companies, together with the probabilities of different types of risks for each company. You can sort the companies by different risk objects, ID or company name, and also use the search bar to search for companies in real time. Once you click into a company page, Riscube shows you the basic profile of the company, followed by a comprehensive risk analysis. On the left, there is a risk score, which is a comprehensive assessment based on the possibilities of every risk type. If you click on a particular risk, the system gives a reasoning about how the features of this company contribute to this risk. Further scrolling down, the system shows a table of potential risks which are incurred by the risks of relevant companies. An abstract and negativeness score is also given to better explain how each relevant company could cause the potential risk for this company. In addition, Riscube also provides a subscription system that offers investment recommendations based on lowest comprehensive risk. Subscribed companies form an investment portfolio, and the system will visualize the return on investment as well as notify any news or risk changes related to the portfolio. Design the Riscube system architecture to be real-time, customizable, privacy-preserving, and scalable. Besides offline analysis, on traditional databases. The Riscube analytics backend can also ingest online data streams such as stock prices and newsfeed so that it can update the risk prediction models and analysis results in real time. This enables Riscube to provide timely risk warnings and it will never miss any opportunity. Further, as new types of risks are emerging from the market, we make Riscube extensible so that user-customized risk indicators and risk types can be easily integrated into our real-time data analytics pipeline and the comprehensive risk assessment model. This is achieved by allowing the user to import new data sources and automatically retraining the risk assessment model with new data. New data sources lead to new insights, but there is always a concern about privacy when data is provided to a third-party platform such as Riscube. We address this concern using secure multi-party computation and federal learning, making data available yet invisible, so that the value of data can be shared in a privacy-preserving manner without circulating the data itself. Finally, we are aware of the changing computing and storage resource demands due to the high variability of system load. So we designed a middle platform for balancing the load and serving heterogeneous data requests on the fly. We deploy Riscube on AWS Elastic Compute, Lambda, and S3 to make the system scalable under user growth and load bursts.
Okay, this is a really functional system, and for me, I'm particularly interested in customizable risk type and features. And based on the fact that carbon market is opening right now, relevant companies are going to face the new carbon risk in the future. So I would like to ask our CIO, how do you quantify carbon risk and integrate it into the risk assessment model?
A very good question. Firstly, let me elaborate more on our risk index system. In the numerous heterogeneous dataset, we collect both financial data and carbon-related non-financial data to build our risk index system. For financial data such as financial statements, we use financial domain algorithms to mathematize textual information. For non-financial data, such as online ESG newsfeed, we use natural language processing algorithms, such as topic modeling and sentiment analysis, to extract meaningful indicators with the help of big data processing and analytics technology, such as Spark and Kafka. Finally, we reach 20 financial indicators and 17 ESG indicators that are combined together to build our comprehensive ESG-contained news index system. Now, this 5-layer pyramid shows the whole risk assessment process step by step. The bottom 2 layers represent our risk index system. Then we develop on AI-driven algorithms to predict the possibility of 4 basic risk types and then generate the risk scores. Since the user is interested in carbon risk as a customer risk type, we contain the new risk type on the 4th name. To quantify carbon risk, we first establish the carbon risk indicators. Then we train a new risk classification model using these additional indicators. Finally, after combining the carbon risk into the risk score model, we get the overall risk score, which has included the ESG indicators and the carbon risk. In addition, not only the carbon risk can be integrated into the risk assessment model. In the future, when our customers want to evaluate other risk types emerging from the market, we can also quantify the real risk and integrate it into the overall risk model by following the same technical route.
Wow, this is such a really smart risk assessment model, and I would like to explore more. So our COO, can you tell me what kind of AI-driven algorithm is employed and how is its performance?
Hello, I'm COO Junling Wang. Thank you for your question. or system equipped with gradient boosting machine as our basic algorithm and adopt the tree ensembles, which is an explainable machine learning model that has the capacity to generate strong predictor from numerous weak learners. Our model detects the essential features for deciding risk types, including registration capital, paid-in capital, the times that significant shareholders change their holding ratio, and financial industry classification of tax-paying enterprises. These features provide a reference for further study of risks in business. Through thousands of rounds of training, our model achieved an impressive 98.9% accuracy in repeated tests. The recall and precision all reached 0.98, and even the cross-value score was above 0.9, which guarantees our model can provide you with a highly accurate risk assessment service. Take a coal company as an example. Through our precise and efficient artificial intelligence algorithms, we assess the ratio of different risk types of the company and generate the overall risk score. The multi-dimensional risk scores will be a solid basis for your investment decision. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your intuitive interpretation. And now I have a total comprehensive understanding of Riscube. And for the last question, I would like to ask our CEO, have you ever compared Riscube's performance to other risk assessment platforms?
To test the effectiveness of our risk score in real financial markets, we conducted 2 sets of comparative backtests. According to risk assessment results from Riscube and another platform, we respectively built a portfolio of 30 equally weighted stocks. They are named as Cube 30 and Other 30. As you can see, the Cube 30 shows significantly less volatility, which means the risk assessment of Riscube is more reliable. Plus, the data show Riscube can help innovators build less risky portfolios with similar expected returns. Riscube does provide a more reliable risk assessment in real financial markets, and it can help innovators to manage risks in a comprehensive way. To sum up, with the machine intelligence and the comprehensive risk assessment model, Riscube shows excellent performance. What's more, with the rapid development of green finance, our Riscube will become more competitive by supplying innovative fintech solutions. We all have great faith in our product. I believe it will be put into use and bring values to innovators in the near future. And we, Swiss Fintech Loong, will be the reliable, intelligent, and customer-centric fintech partner for you. Thanks for your listening.